What's up? It's me. I'm back again. Analog Attack. How you all doing out there? I'm really happy today. I've got Lou all the way from New York. Lou, sick of it all. How you doing, man?
Doing all right.
You've got like the
Doing good.
perfect backdrop behind you there.
Yes. It's my
Blanket,
Motorhead
blanket.
blanket.
It's a blanket, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if they still have them, but I got it at the Motorhead online store like
Man,
4 years ago.
I want that blanket so badly.
It's nice. You can tell it's a blanket. It's got dog hair on it somewhere.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I've got so many things I want to talk to you about. So I'm gonna start off. What should I start off with? What have you been up to lately? Sick it all. What's going on? I know you've been
Uh,
recording the audio for the audiobook, right?
yeah, it's been weird. It's funny because like when we tell stories to each other, say like if Barney's
Yeah.
name comes up, whoever's talking about it, yeah, I remember when Barney said, "Oh my God," and we do a bad imitation of
Do you do it
Barney.
in his accent?
We try.
I
It's just
try. I can't do it, man. It's
it's
tough.
funny when we when we're joking around together, we all think it's funny and it's spot on. But when you listen to the recording back, you're like, hey, it doesn't sound anything like Barney.
It's a tough one, and
But
you've got to keep saying, "Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Do
yeah,
you know what I
see, I got to add
mean?"
that. But yeah, we've been doing that, and the band's been doing. We recorded in July
Right?
six songs, each in our own homes, and we had our producer mix it and
Yeah.
produce it, and then we did editing. As we call it, the quarantine jams. We just released one, the fifth one a couple of days ago, and the sixth one comes in 2 weeks. So
I just watched that
beyond
one.
that, we don't know.
Never Back Down, right? With Pete in the paddling pool there.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know he was doing that. I get the video. I'm like, what the hell is that?
That's my favorite one so far. I was like, man, what's he doing? Like in the pool.
Yeah, we're trying to, we try to like to just not do just the four squares of guys
Yeah.
playing.
How do you do that? Like, do you like do like each part like separately, like, and then put them together? Or
Musically, it's hardest for me and Armand because for some reason our producer told Pete and Craig, you can record and
right,
then video yourselves. But for me
right.
and Armand, he said it's going to be hard to sync up your voice with a video and his drumming with a video. So you have to tape. So him and me are all one take every time we.
Oh wow.
So if the video messes up, I have to redo the song. If I vocally mess up, I got to erase the video, start again.
Oh Jesus. So how many
Yeah.
takes did the last one take? Like, did you do it in one or?
Never back down. Took me 4 tries.
All right.
That one I put off too because it was like the third song we record. The band did the music for, but I recorded it last because my voice wasn't as ready because it goes a little higher.
All right.
You know? Not that I'm a singer, but it's like I don't want to crack like I'm in puberty again.
Oh man. So I'm calling you from Osaka. I know you love Japan. Like Tokyo is one of your favorite cities, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Osaka too. I like
Yeah.
Osaka. After
Lou,
the show, walking around Osaka.
Yeah, I've
Beautiful.
got like I don't know if you can say I've got the tour poster from the like
2017. Yeah.
2017. How was that? That was the last time you were here, right? 2000.
Yeah. It was great because it's funny to us. A few years before that, we played some big-ish punk festival. It was like 2,000 or 3,000 people, whatever it was.
In Tokyo?
And Snuff was the headliner.
What?
Yeah.
Oh
And
man, don't get me started on Snuff.
and we know stuff from touring and all that.
Oh
And
man.
it was funny because all these big promoters that used to book us came to the show,
Oh yeah.
and we played before Snuff, and a huge portion of the crowd left.
What?
And
Yeah,
yeah,
Snuff is pretty big in Japan. Yeah, yeah.
we were it was just all these hardcore people or punk, whatever. They just left. And the next morning, I forget his name, the singer and the drummer come up to us in the lobby, and they go, "Remind us never to go on after you guys." And
That
we were
was a
just
good
laughing.
Cockney accent, man. I'm impressed.
Oh, my friends say I sound like Dick Van Dyke in Mary Poppins. But all the promoters would tell us, oh, you're still big here. That's really cool. But when we try to book a tour, none of them will take us. So
Really? It was Alliance Tracks did the tour, right, in Japan. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last guys who did it, they're like indie guys. And he goes,
Yeah.
I can only give you a guarantee of this much, whatever we make bonus. He goes, if things. And when we landed, he was so excited. And we're like, what's up?
Right.
He goes, I've never had a band sell out every show before they even got on the plane. And we were like, yeah, we've been trying to tell promoters that,
Japan's a
we're
tough
not
one,
bragging,
man.
but it's tough.
I think the place you played in Tokyo is like was it ACB Hall, ABC Hall? Really kind of, it's a cool place.
We played two. We did at the beginning of the tour there, and we ended the tour at a different club. But
Was it Earth Dome? Oh, I don't remember. It's
I
on
can't remember
it
anyway.
doesn't say the name of the venue, but like Barney
Yeah.
came on stage, right, for one song, like
Yeah, he did one for My Life. He did that in London too. The last time we played
did
London.
he? He's everywhere. Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, I can't get rid of him. Yeah. Man. Okay, Lou, I want to take you on a little bit of a trip down memory lane. I've got a whole, I'm a British bloke, never been to America, never been to New York. We're fascinated by the old New York hardcore scene, so if I've got a few flyers that I found. I don't know if any of these will like bring back any memories, or it's a long time ago. This is one I've got like with Prong.
Oh wow.
Prong and Dead Spot, it says they're from PA. Dead Spot, yeah. You remember this show?
The CMJ, yeah. We used to play a lot of those. The CMJ was the College Music Journal. It was like for college radio.
Oh yeah.
All over the country, and they used to have a convention here every year, and that was a good thing because you could be like, I got put on a panel with what the hell were their name?
Oh damn, yeah, I've seen some of those.
What's his name? What's that stupid band? I can't think
stupid
of the name.
Band.
It's not stupid. They're actually really good. What's that? Sailing the Seas of Cheese. Primus.
Oh, Primus.
I mean, what's his name?
The bass dude.
We were hanging out and talking before. We had more fun talking to each other before they started the thing, but then when they started the actual Q&A.
Yeah.
I remember all those shows.
Yeah, it says it's not Sunday at the bottom, which seems to be like a big thing. I guess like the Sunday matinee was the big thing, right?
Yeah. Sunday matinees were huge.
I love this. Like, do you like Prong, Lou? Are you a Prong fan?
Yeah.
Man, I love that band.
We did there was a rehearsal space in Soho once, and it was us in one room.
Yeah.
Bad Brains in another, Prong in one room, Helmet and the Cro-Mags, and we would all listen to each other.
In the same building?
In the same floor. It was the basement, and we'd all be like, I remember opening the door, and there was the drummer and Henry, the bass player of Helmet, and he goes, "Do you guys mind if we listen?" We're like, "Nah, it's cool."
Fuck, I love Helmet so much, man. Like, this is another one. Like, it's a Sunday matinee. Like this one, I love the design on this one. Like, Absolution, Life's Blood, right? Yeah. Do you remember this, Joe?
Yeah, Life's Blood. Life's Blood were these guys who they didn't like that Sick of It All was becoming big outside of the hardcore scene. So they purposely made our name tiny.
Yeah, it's tiny, right? It's like right, like it's there. It's not even like properly on.
And all I remember is my brother Pete saying like, "We're still fucking headlining. We're still getting more money. We're still the band that everybody's coming to see."
Yeah.
And the sad thing was, I liked Life's Blood. I like their music.
It's a good band. Yeah, my friend Ken, he does Prank Records. He's just released like the discography. Mm-hmm. I mean, they only put out 1 7-inch, so I'm not sure how. A discography.
Maybe they had like a
demos, live stuff. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to punish you with like one more flyer from CBGB.
All right.
This is a good one. I like this one. I love the design of this one. It's got like the 70s like skateboarder.
Oh, yeah. It's funny. I remember talking to the guys in Adolescence. Yeah, I saw you at CBGB's a couple of times. They go, and the guy goes, "We played together at CBGB's." I didn't remember. I remember Underdog.
Man. Adolescence. Do you like? They're fucking such a good band. And then like Underdog, Breakdown.
I loved Underdog. Breakdown was great. But we played with the Adolescents in Italy on the last tour in 2019. Played like 2 shows with them. So much fun. Good guy. We did the whole Warp Tour with them. The last 2017. Do
you get just what? So Fat Mike, how's he doing? I don't just throw that in there. It just reminded me, like, because he kept like one time, like I was working in this hotel in Osaka like years ago. Really boring job. I hated it. All of a sudden, I see these like punk guys coming down. It was like NoFX.
Yeah.
They stayed at the hotel.
So fucking big. And what pisses me off is we try to be so good to our fans and cool with everybody. I'll listen to some annoying drunk for like 20 minutes before I make an excuse to leave. Fat Mike is like, "Hey, fuck the kids," and he's the biggest band in the world. Yeah, I know what you mean. Taking away from their talent, they write great, catchy songs. Yeah. Really good, amazing songs, but it's hilarious to me that they're like, "Yeah, fuck you, kids."
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, he was kind of being rude to me. I was like giving him he's like, "Give me my mustard." Like I was like. Yeah.
But my brother Pete talks to him. My brother Pete talks to him. His two texting buddies are Fat Mike and Tom Araya. So it's a
But the same,
good mix.
like, wow. Man. That, so I guess like the first US tour you did was with the Bad Brains, right? Is that right?
I'm always trying to put it together. We did 6 shows down the East Coast with Exodus was the first one.
With Exodus?
And then it gets, yeah, just 8 shows down the East Coast. And then it gets, if I'm sure we went out with the Bad Brains. We did half the US with the Bad Brains. And then we did almost a full US with DRI.
Okay, so the only thing I could find from that time was like this, like
that's the only flyer. That's the only flyer I have too.
Right, it's like in where is this?
Salt Lake City.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
From Raunch Records. Like...
That was the first show we joined them on. And
okay.
It was 2 nights sold out at Raunch Records. Used to be huge. The distro and all that.
I remember like seeing their ads in Maximum Rock and Roll and everything back in the 80s. Yeah.
And that show was amazing. Like we get young kids our first tour, we're like, yeah, it's gonna be fun, and then we watch a Bad Brains sound check, and we're like, wow. And then to see them play every night was just, and they loved us because we would just go for it every night.
Right.
It was us, Leeway, and the Bad Brains. It was
insane. Man. That being like was that like Quickness era?
Yeah, that was the Quickness. Yeah.
I like this record. Some people don't like it. I love it, man.
I love the first 4, and then there's songs after that, like on like Gotta Love's got a couple of songs.
Right.
The one that MCA produced, I forget the name. Was that wasn't Gotta Love? That was something else.
Oh yeah, no.
I don't know, but
right, yeah.
All I remember is I wanted to love that record, but it was like the Bad Brains covering the Bad Brains, but not even that good.
Yeah, I saw them like in England like twice. I think it was just on the Eye Against Eye tour.
Whoa.
And both times was a little uneven. So I saw them in London and they just played really short. And then the curtains came down. Everyone was like rioting.
Wow.
The bouncers were like beating people up. Wow. And then like I saw them in Bristol, and Bristol like is a big reggae town in England. Have you played in Bristol in England?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they played in Bristol, and like I think HR had been having a bit of a good time like all day. So they were like 3 hours late to come on.
Wow.
And then they came on and they played just reggae for like 20 minutes.
Well, that's the thing. It's like when Eye Against Eye came out, they were totally into that HR. Now from the book and his documentary, it was all because he was undiagnosed bipolar.
Right. Yes.
So when good things would fall in his lap, he would just be like, "Fuck that," So when they would do shows, they would have to. I remember, Daryl talking to all of us, and he'd be like, yeah, we get to open with one hardcore song, and then we got to play reggae for the next 5 to keep HR happy, and then we get to throw in another hardcore song.
That's what it was like, except they did like 20 minutes of it wasn't even like songs from the records, it was just like jamming. Yeah, but it kind of built up like a tension, and then like HR kind of walked off, and then Daryl came on, and like they did Pay to Come as an encore, and then with Daryl singing.
Wow. That's you saw that.
Yeah, and
I was lucky. I got to see them when they reunited. I remember they broke up and they reunited.
Yeah.
Then they recorded Eye Against Eye. I saw them several times in New York, and it was just insane.
Yeah.
And on the Quickness tour, on stage they were incredible, but off stage the fighting was insane.
Yeah, even in England it was like, but it was mostly the bouncers at the places they played. Yeah.
We just had experience. I wish I could remember which club it was. They even asked us to take. We talked about the incident on our Instagram, and they asked us to take it down because you're giving the club a bad name. And we were, from what people told us, they already had a bad name. It was one of those incidences where we played a sold out show, and we were upstairs, showering and cleaning, and all of a sudden we hear, "Hey, they threw the our lead stage guy out. They are our stage manager / drum tech." And we were like, "What happened?" He goes, "They said they were yelling at him to move faster and change." It was like snowing out, and they were like, "You go break down your drums outside. We have a dance club coming."
Yes, and then, that was a big thing in England, man. Back in it's like we've got a disco on it, then you got to get out. Yeah,
that's fine because now you have all these venues that are like that we love, and they're all part of this Save Our Stages thing where because nobody's working crews to But then somebody made a meme that said like, oh, look at all the venues, save our stages. But then it says in 2019, get the fuck out of here. We have a disco starting in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, we're all in this together.
I saw that. Yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah. It was totally like that. Yeah. I remember there's so many times you go to see a touring band in England from the States. They came all the way over and said, you got to be done by like 10.
Yeah.
You got the disco. So, fuck.
And there was always a line outside. Even this, like I said, this last one, a line outside of people with no coats and 0 below weather. It's like,
yes,
you want to pay for fucking coat check? It's like $2. You know?
Yeah, man. Jesus.
Our good friend from the Voorhees, he has a club called the Temple of Boom.
Yeah, that's Lecky. Is that Lecky?
Lecky, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they might be losing it because they can't pay the rent because of stupid, the shutdown.
They did. So many of my friends' bands have played. Is it like a venue? It's a venue, right? And they have like a festival every year, like a hardcore festival maybe.
And then a lot of big bands, like we didn't do it the last time. We were supposed to do it this year, or we wanted to, but Agnostic Front played there.
Right.
All these bands. It's a small room, so it's like, okay, let's go in and just sweat it out and go wild. So
Voorhees went to the States, right? At least once, I think, right?
I know for once, for sure.
Didn't they tour with Hatebreed at that time? Is that right?
I think it might have been.
Yeah.
When Hatebreed was still like Hatebreed, the hardcore guys that never showed up for shows, but then they'd come back and twice the amount of people would want to go see them.
All right.
We always joked around that would never work for us. We'd be like, yeah, we would set up a show and we'd cancel it. We'd be banned from the club. Hatebreed cancels it. And they're like, please come back.
Oh, Jesus.
This is even before they were anybody,
Ah, man. All right. So the next big thing that I love this. I love this so much. It's the New Titans on the Block tour, right?
Yeah. That's where we became buddies with Barney. And
I was like, man, this must have been such a good time. Again, I found a couple of flyers. They're not very hard. They're not very easy to see, but it's like,
this is from theater.
Yeah, Sacred Reich as well, right? Sacred Reich.
Yeah, good guy. Everybody was good, but we shared a bus with Napalm Death.
That must have been a great time, right?
Yeah. It was weird. The only person we ever met from Napalm Death before that was years before that we met Mick, the original drummer.
Oh fuck!
Because Danny Luker from Nuclear Assault. I guess Mick had come to America to I don't know do what, but he says he knew of Sick of It All. We only had the 7-inch out,
right?
And Danny Luker brought him to our rehearsal, and we rehearsed in the basement of a record store, and we were all just like we're like young kids, barely into our 20s, and we were just like, what's this guy from England taking pictures of us for? We're just like, you came from work and you got like, whatever work clothes on.
He's kind of a legend, like he just gave up drumming. He's like, doesn't drum anymore. Like,
that's crazy.
He's a fisherman. Like, I don't know. Can you do a mad Mickey Harris accent? Like he's worse than Barney. Like,
I don't remember what he sounded like. But then we went on the tour. We didn't know what to expect, and like the first second we were on the bus, it was just great.
And this is like another one. It's like this gig is kind of a crazy lineup.
Yeah. See, we didn't play that one. That was that was the first show of the tour.
Okay.
And it was in New York, and I guess Biohazard's record label had pushed him on, and the promoter was working with Leeway and White Zombie and Type O Negative,
Right.
So he stuck all them on, and we started in Pennsylvania, which was the next show where we had a riot. The first show.
Oh yeah.
It's all in the book. It's in there. We started off with a riot, did the whole tour, and we ended in a riot.
Man.
It's like. It was just, but the best was in between, just the stupid shit that we would get up to with Napalm.
Man, like, yeah. All right, this is like kind of like something that maybe I haven't seen talked about much. Is like New Zealand, 1995. Like my good friend Kevin, he was like, he found like a picture. I don't know if you've ever seen this photo. I don't know. Like this is a photo taken by just someone.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Have you seen it? Okay. Yeah. All right.
It's been online. That's us and the guys from Balance, and
that's it. Yeah,
that's the hardcore kids. All the kids from. And it's weird to us. Some guy was trying to document the New Zealand hardcore movement back, and he kept calling me, I want to do an interview. Do you remember anything? I'm like, sure, just hit me up. And he never hit me back after like 3 times. But it's something that we were kind of, when we did that tour, it was amazing to see. The scene wasn't huge, but it wasn't, so like, it wasn't like, 20 kids, but to see like, okay, the first band on today is this crust punk band, and then there was Balance, the straight edge band.
Right.
But every kid, when the crust punk band was on, all the straight edge kids were going wild with the punks. And then when the straight edge band was on, and I was like, why can't it be like, this is how it should be?
Yes. Yeah. Lou, I've actually got like the tour poster, like with all the dates on it and everything.
Oh yeah. See, I don't have that.
Well, this I got this literally like 2 hours before we did this. Someone scanned it for me in New Zealand and sent it, so you could see it.
I don't
know if you remember. Like, I'm told that like, okay, so there was a band called State of Hate, which I heard that you guys really liked. I don't know.
I don't remember. That might have been Craig. Craig liked it. I liked it.
Yeah, and like apparently he asked them to kind of play on the rest of the gigs, but they couldn't. Or apparently maybe Craig was a big fan.
Oh, because we had what was the other band?
There's a band that I'm told was a bit like Notorious. I think that was like the Nefarious. And I'm like, everyone was like, ask Lou about Nefarious because they're kind of a notorious band. Like
they were like, I remember one time, one show, it was just us and them in some small town somewhere in New Zealand, and we go backstage. We share in the backstage, and their guitar cases were all open up. They're on stage playing. They were good, like slop rock punk or whatever.
Yeah.
And I see these 2 pieces of wood with rubber around it. And I'm like, what the hell is this? What are they making crosses? My friend goes, no, it's to tie his arm off to shoot heroin. They must have shot up before they went on. And I was like, what?
Well, I've got some like inside information that I think it was the singer of that band, like he shot up like just something like some chemical and ended up like being in hospital for like 6 months.
Oof.
So they were a pretty wild band. Like
they were, yeah. I mean, if you like the drug end of things, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, musically they were all right.
And then
and as guys we got along.
Sticky Filth as well, like was another band.
Whatever happened to Sticky Filth?
Whatever happened to them? Yeah.
They had potential.
They did, man. But seriously, people were saying that like Sick of It All were really like the first like hardcore band to go to New Zealand, like since the Dead Kennedys in the 80s, something like that. Yeah. So everyone was like, you really like inspired like a whole bunch of people to like start bands and stuff, So.
That's what I was gonna say. They told us that, I don't know what years, but the hardcore scene kind of ended a year before we got there, and then us coming back fired everybody up.
Yes, yeah.
And then like I said, the guy wanted to do documentaries. Was like, yeah, you inspired everybody, and you had all these bands come after you, and it was like, cool, man. That's nice.
Yeah, I've just not seen many people talking about like the New Zealand thing, so I thought it was kind of interesting.
It sucks because we would go back every once, like I think we went back a year or 2 after that.
All right.
And it was still really good, and then it started to decline. Everybody got into like, I don't know. It kind of mirrored New York, where they, instead of just straight hardcore, everybody wanted to be like gold teeth and Kango hats and. Still like hardcore, but they were like hip hop gangsters or whatever, but not really gangsters.
Yeah.
It was just weird.
All right.
I was like, why you could look like that and still love hardcore and go crazy?
Yeah. All right. New York. I've got a few records from New York beside me.
If you whip out False Prophets, I don't know.
Oh, I saw them like in England. Like the singer had like fingernails.
The
like
nails.
long.
Yep. That's the only thing everybody talks about.
That's all I remember about that show. It's like the fingernails.
I couldn't tell you what they sound like. I saw them 3 times. I know for sure at CBGB's. And I was just like,
yes. Well, like
I remember his nails.
Yeah, top, maybe like a top hat.
Yeah, sometimes
long fingernails. That's it. Yeah. But they actually appear on this record. Actually, I apologize, but this is like, like New York thrash.
Oh yeah, that's he's got. Who else? Beastie Boys are on there.
Yeah, it's got the Mad.
Oh, it's good.
Hey man, like the singer of the Mad, like Screaming Mad George, he lives in Osaka now. He's a like university professor. Yeah. Yeah.
How come these guys got these good careers? And I'm just
he's Japanese. He's Japanese, right?
Yeah.
Kraut.
Kraut's good, man.
Heart Attack.
Yeah.
Adrenaline OD.
Don't they have like one Bad Brain song on there?
There's two, yeah, like
Oh.
Regulator version and then like Big Takeover version. So
Yeah.
yeah. And then this has got the stimulators on it too. It wasn't on the cassette tape.
Nice. See, I had the cassette.
Yeah, right.
I did. Back then, to me, it was cassettes.
Yeah.
It seemed to be cheaper.
No, I don't know, man. This is a bootleg, but it's like.
Oh yeah, I used to see those all in Europe where they put the early 7-inches you couldn't get.
Yeah, this is like classic.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
I love that Mob record. The Mob.
That's my favorite.
101.
I just listened to it this morning, and I think the Mob is my favorite.
That's 101 on it? What song?
Let's have a look. The Mob, Upset the System, Crucial.
Oh, Crucial Point. It's
Crucial Point.
And 101. Yeah, Larry's 101. Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love the Mob. They were great.
So good, man. This is like 1982, right?
Yeah. Even earlier, I guess. I don't know.
Crazy.
That's a good record, though. It's got a good 4 good 7-inches on there.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bootleg, but you couldn't
get those.
Right.
You can't get those. Well, before, like, I don't even know if that's on Spotify, but stuff like that.
Yeah.
For digital streaming, you couldn't get those records, and people were charging an arm and a leg for them.
Yeah.
I remember there was a guy who was older than me, and he kind of started to get out of the scene. And one day at a matinee, I'm walking out. It was like a lame matinee, not a lot of people there. And I see him go, "Hey, what are you doing?" He goes, "I'm getting rid of my records." I go, "How much you selling them for?" And he's like, $2 or $3 a piece. I go, "Are you crazy? You could get like $50 for this one." He had Misfits. He had, all those.
Yeah.
And it was great because Ray Cappo and Purcell are record like collectors. Even today, guys. And I said to him, "You get so much more for this." And he goes, "Nah, I just want somebody to get out of this what I did."
Right. Yeah.
He wasn't into making money off it. It was something that he loved growing up. And I just loved the fact that they were at a record store a few blocks away that we used to hang out, Some Records, and somebody told them, and they came running. They borrowed money from our friend who ran the store. They came running down the street with like money in their hands, and my friend had sold all of them. And I was in there, yes, they didn't get it.
That's amazing. What store was that? Do you remember? Like,
it was called Some Records.
All right, yeah.
Him and his girlfriend had a store called 99X, and they sold. There's one of the first stores to import, Fred Perry and Doc Martin boots and all that, along with Trash and Vaudeville. They were like competitors. But he had a little record shop inside 99X, and then he moved on to his own spot.
Right.
He's a guy, he put out the Straight Ahead 7-inch. He sold tons of our demos. Like when we made our demo, we played it for him. He was like, "Are you selling these?" We go, "Yeah." He goes, "I'll buy. How many you got? I'll buy them right now." And he bought all of them. We'd go home and double cassette record everything again.
Man, amazing. I think this band is a favorite of yours, maybe mine too. Reagan Youth.
Oh, see, when we talk about False Prophets, I was gonna say, yeah, I saw them with Reagan Youth.
Yeah, but the fingernails are forgotten, right? No fingernails for this band.
No, that band's amazing.
There's no band that kind of sound like this. Like, I don't know, it's so original. It's like really raw, but fucking catchy. It's like punk and hardcore. I don't know, man. It's like,
I saw them so many times.
Really?
I saw them with the Dead Kennedys, and of course, Joe Biafra, always a gentleman, was like, "We want to thank Reagan Youth for blowing us off the stage." One of the best times I saw them was the club Danceteria, which is famous for Madonna coming out of and all that shit.
Right.
They used to do free hardcore shows on Thursday nights. Like, it started super late. It's like, during the middle of the week where everybody had school and work. It started at like, I think doors opened at 10. The first band went on at 11. They only had like 2 bands usually.
Wow.
So I went there, and the first one was Reagan Youth with Youth of Today opening up.
Jesus.
And Youth of Today, that's when they were, the up and coming, hungry, and they were amazing.
Right.
And the place was packed, and we were like, man, how the fuck is Reagan Youth going to follow this? And they just destroyed it. They came out and opened up with War Pigs, and the place just went freaking crazy. They used to do it at CB's. They would come out, open up with a Zeppelin cover, or they do Zeppelin into Black Sabbath into another Zeppelin song, and you're all sitting there waiting for, I want to hear Degenerated or
That's fucking amazing, Lou. I'm like, that's so exciting because I love
that's
the
what
different.
I get like, makes your hair stand up because as a kid, I loved, growing up loving Sabbath. And you're sitting there for Reagan Youth, and Youth Today had just killed the room like with so much energy, and all of a sudden they come out and there's War Pigs, and the whole place just when it kicked into the groove, and Dave has dreads, and it's amazing.
Like, did they play it kind of pretty straight? Like, they didn't speed it up or anything?
They started, heavy and slow, and then like just in the middle, they hit the groove.
That's absolutely incredible. I did not know that. That's amazing. That's my love for this band has like just increased like 100-fold.
It's a shame that he's gone because they were such a good fucking live band.
They didn't really put out much, right, when they were around, I guess, right? Like,
no, I think that, and isn't there like a volume 2, which is like back together demos or whatever?
That's right, because this is put out by like Nicky Garrett from the UK subs, like his label. He put this out. So,
a good record.
Great fucking band. Yeah.
we did a tour where the Beastie Boys put out a hardcore 7-inch called Aglio de Julio, whatever it means.
Yeah.
And it was all their punk stuff. And they did one show in New York and then 5 shows on the West Coast, and they took us with them. And every night they would do Reagan Youth, and they said, you have to come out and sing with us. I go, you just want to see old Zig Heil and laugh at us? And they're like, yeah. But it was so much fun.
Oh, oh man, what a great band. Like, there's nothing really that sounds like that band at all. Like, no.
I never even think of that. I'm always just like how good it is. And you're right. There's nothing.
Like, it's not really, it's like kind of punk rock, but it's like, it's really raw and like, I don't know, it's very unique. Amazing.
Yep.
Yeah. Incredible.
I mean, that's when, I guess that's the bridging punk into the hardcore sound. That's where you got, and I mean, you take them and then you mix in Negative Approach, and then that's kind of like, you can see who split off. Like Murphy's Law gets more Reagan Youth influence, but Agnostic Front is definitely from the Detroit sound of Negative Approach, and it just gave us the New York sound.
Right. Fuck. Amazing. Okay, this is one of my. I'm sorry, a little bit. This is one of my favorite bands ever from New York. I think you're a fan too. Plasmatics.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever see the Plasmatics, Lou?
You know what?
Back in the day?
I only saw them when they got more metal.
Okay.
Armand, when he was like our drummer, when he was 16, he got to see the famous show at the pier in New York, 32nd Street Pier, where she drives the car, supposed to shoot it off the ramp and blow it up into the river, and it blew up sideways.
I've seen the video of it, man. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, he had a little more trusting parents. You're 16, you want to go down to the city, or not even 16, whatever he was. You're 15, you want to go to the city, see somebody blow a car up, go ahead.
Yeah, and this is like, I don't know, like,
it's your baby. It's great.
Your baby.
I went on BBC Radio and they were saying, what do you want to play? What do you want to play? And I said, you got like any Plasmatics? And they brought like an unopened Plasmatics monkey suit 7-inch. And I'm like, do you know how much this is worth? They're like, well, they just opened it up in front of me and played it. Is that
like the like red and white like splatter vinyl thing?
I'm not sure. All I remember, I was just in awe because they were like, yeah, we have a whole library of stuff. A lot of it is just unopened. And that's why we don't let bands go in and choose the records. You have to tell us what you want to hear.
Man, that's incredible. I know like John Peel has like this incredible record collection.
That's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, man. One more from New York.
Sure.
There we go.
Don't pull out false prophets.
Something even worse than Born Again.
See, that's the Lifeblood guys again.
Right? Yeah. I don't know, man. Like,
again, a decent music, and they had their ideas that they were trying to. I understand it. They wanted hardcore to be what it was, but I don't want to. We've been over this a million times.
I know. I didn't want to punish you too much for the story, but
it's like we were young kids, working class guys. We had our school and their jobs, and then we played in the band.
Right.
And these guys, like, I don't know, one of them, somebody's relative died and they started a record store. Another guy, his parents just gave him a house. We're moving, but you and your sister want to still live here in New York? Here, have a house. What the fuck? Who's giving me a house? I'll go scream about doing it yourself,
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't want to punish you. I just thought I've got the record, like I'll just like show
That's
it.
all right. It's a good record.
Yeah, it's a decent record, yeah. So Lou,
Husband was better.
Yeah, better than false prophets, right? So Lou, like fucking Sick of It All were originally going to be called General Chaos, right?
Yeah, we had it was me and Pete and two
Like,
really punk kids. There was a punk kid from Columbia, George. He was straight from Columbia, going to our high school, total punk. And I can't remember our other friend's name right now, but he was a punk and then became a skinhead. So
yeah, like when I hear that name, it just like sounds like an oi band from the East End of London, like 1982. So, like, were you guys like listening to all that stuff back then, like the UK oi and like hard,
but
GBA?
That's the funny thing is we loved metal and punk, and then we loved the sing-alongs of oi.
Yeah,
it's just it was like
yeah,
very masculine.
Like Blitz is a good one, right?
Oh yeah, we played. Where was it? Where's the Blitz from? Bradford?
They're up north.
From Bradford?
Could be up. It's up north. I don't know, man. It's up north.
I remember
Manchester.
playing
I don't know.
Bradford, Rio, and then the club owner goes, so and so from the Blitz called. They said they can't make it tonight, but they wanted to wish you guys good luck. I go, the Blitz, and he's like, yeah, and I go, oh my, the guy from the Blitz called. We played Anti-Nowhere League's hometown not too long ago, and they were all at the show at the bar. It was, I guess, their bar where they always hang out at. They had a giant Anti-Nowhere League banner behind the bar, and it was, it was kind of like full circle. We teenagers listening to Anti-Nowhere League.
Yeah.
Me and Pete couldn't go because we were too young, but my older brother had gone to see them when they toured America the first time. Oh.
Yeah, you can like definitely hear like those like choruses, like in New York hardcore, right? It's like The Business too was another one of my favorites.
Good guy. Steve was great. Mickey was awesome. Both Mickeys.
Rest in peace to Mickey. Eh?
Yep.
Yep. All right, Lou. We've talked about a lot of punk and hardcore. I don't know about you, but before I got into punk and hardcore, I was like a metal guy. I still am,
Yeah, me too.
So like, if I show you these two records, I think like you'll
see what I know.
There you go. Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell, Blue Oyster Cult. What does this mean to you?
That means the first big show I ever saw, the Black and Blue tour in America.
I'm so jealous.
That's awesome, man.
Do you remember that? Like, do you remember it clearly? Like, because if it was your first gig, it's probably pretty still clear in your mind, right?
Oh yeah. I remember not knowing what's going into the venue. It was the Madison Square Garden, and back then it was from the 70s to the mid 80s. People used to sneak. I don't know why, but the people got the cheap seats way up top. Sneaking fireworks. So we had pretty good seats because we had an uncle who worked for the company that owned Madison Square Garden. We still had to pay, but he got us really good seats. And we're sitting there, and all of a sudden you hear boom, boom, boom. You look, over your head. People in sheet seats throwing fireworks. I don't know why Americans did that. We saw on the Number of the Beast tour. Their first tour in the U.S. For Number of the Beast, and in between the opening band and Maiden, people started throwing fireworks, and one went under a monitor, but it was still smoking. And one of the roadies stuck a flashlight and went to move it, and it blew up. And Bruce Dickinson came out like 10 minutes later. Goes, "Our fucking guy almost lost his eyes. Any more shit hits the stage, we're not fucking playing." And we were all just like, "Oh shit."
You saw that show, like Iron Maiden as well? Like, you saw that?
Yeah, I saw Maiden. I saw Iron Maiden Killers line up, open up for Judas Priest like a few years before.
Fuck, man. Lou, like, so I'm going to ask you again about the Black Sabbath and Blue Oyster Cult, so I want to hear a bit more about it. But this was my first show, was the Iron Maiden Killers tour. My first show in England was like 1981, I think.
Wow.
And I was about the same age as you. I went on my own. I was just standing there and like fucking Paul Di'Anno. I still remember it to this day so clearly, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember at that show, we had a friend who was from Scotland. He lived around the block from us as kids, and we were all friends. And he turned us on he went to home for like the summer of either 79 or 80. And he came back with the first Maiden album, first Def Leppard, Motorhead, all this stuff. And we all got into it. And then we bought tickets to see Judas Priest and Iron Maiden and we were going nuts when Iron Maiden came out, and these fucking like New York biker hippie guys wanted to smoke a weed, and they kicked the seat that way. They go, "Sit down, it's the opening band." And a Scottish friend turns. Our Scottish friend turns around and goes, "It's fucking Maiden!" Right, the guys.
Man, you're the king of accents, man. You can do the Scottish, the Cockney, the...
See, that's the thing. For like 2 or 3 words, it's great. You got to go first. But Black and Blue was, I mean, I was fucking 11 or 12. I don't know, but it was. It was
because it was 1981. I was 13. I think I'm a little bit older than you, so yeah, you were probably like 11 or 12, man.
Oh, it was fucking great.
Who opened? Did Black Sabbath open, or did Blue Oyster Cult open? Do you remember?
That's the thing. We thought it was we didn't know, but it turns out that Sabbath, I think they closed every show.
Okay.
But it was great. Like, Blue Oyster Cult was great. I liked Blue Oyster Cult, but Sabbath, and that was the first time I ever saw them, and it was with Dio. I remembered him sounding great on everything, but when I listened back, I don't like the way he sounds when he's doing like Paranoid or Children of the Grave.
I agree. I don't like him doing the Aussie era stuff. It's just not cut out for him. It's different, right? Yeah,
but it was I remember them doing Heaven and Hell. Oh, that was fucking epic.
Hairs on the back
Nights. Yeah. This shit was great.
Man, that's amazing.
I know there's a video out of it. They made a movie.
There is. But I think one of the bands, either Black Sabbath or Blue Oyster Cult, tried to stop it because they weren't happy with their performance. So I think they tried to stop it being.
You can see clips. I never watched the Blue Oyster Cult. I've seen the clips of Sabbath, and that's when I realized I was sitting there going like, man, I don't like his voice on this stuff. You know?
Yeah, I don't want him to sing the Aussie songs. You know, yeah.
We joke around. We have a guitar tech. He also plays in a band called Valiant Thor. Our friend Pete, and he always jokes. He goes, I like the Dio era stuff. He goes, but you can't call that Black Sabbath.
Oh no, it is, man. It's different. But I remember, like in the 80s, like I guess if you were into Sabbath in the 70s, that was kind of such a different sound, right? Black Sabbath at the time. So I kind of get it. But
I remember loving Sabbath. Never couldn't go to shows then, but buying all the records, and then I remember getting Technical Ecstasy and fucking hating it.
Do you like it now? Have you kind of warmed up to it?
Certain songs. Never Say Die was another one that I didn't. I only liked Never Say Die up until like 5 years ago.
Fuck, man, I'm the same. I like. There's a couple of really good songs on that record, but yeah.
I got, luckily enough, their farewell tour. I wasn't going to go because it's tickets are too expensive, this and that. And a good friend of mine, I had gotten him a rare Sick of It All 7-inch.
Yeah.
And he goes, I got you a present. And it was like $150 ticket. So him and me went to see. It was so good. I saw, Ozzy on his solo tours since Blizzard of Oz. I've seen Sabbath with, Dio, but to see Sabbath, oh, so good. We almost did a bunch of festivals where it was Black Sabbath was headline, and we were on the bill. We were so psyched, and then Tony got sick, so it became Ozzy and Friends, which was so good because Butler was there.
Yeah,
he is amazing.
He's like one of the most important members of Black Sabbath for me. Like,
Yeah. He got rhythm, fucking insane.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish Bill Ward was there, but from depending on who he listened to, they say that he didn't have the chops anymore or whatever.
Right, I've heard that too.
I guess he was in Faith No More. He killed it. He was great.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Talking to Judas Priest, I don't know why I have this. This was like the first record you bought, is that right?
Yeah. With my own money. Well, the first one I actually got was a 7-inch. It was Schools Out by Alice Cooper. I bought it at a what do you call it? Like a pawn shop for 25 cents. It doesn't even have the original sleeve. It's just got some like I think it's a Beatles sleeve. I have it over here somewhere, but I have British Steel was the first one I bought. It's fucking great.
Is that your favorite Judas Priest album to this day, or?
Yeah, and I know it's kind of cheap, but I like that one, and I like the Unleashed in the East.
Yeah, classic.
Screaming for Vengeance is great too. It's weird. I call that later Priest, but they have
me too. It's like the new album kind of thing.
I tried to like Defenders of the Faith. It was good.
That's a bit of a drop off, I think, too. So
and Turbo Lover. I like, again, songs. I mean, that's like Maiden. I'm one of those guys that I like the first 4 Maiden albums, and then I like songs off the rest.
Yes.
Mine and Craig don't like anything past the first 2.
I used to be that guy too.
I think they're just being snobby because, come on,
Yeah.
Number of the Beast fucking kills. That record's amazing.
It does, man. I saw them on that tour too, Number of the Beast tour with Bruce. Yeah. Yeah.
We could talk metal all night.
We could, man. I've got one more like record which matches up with your blanket. It's like,
all right.
Maybe like, I don't know, like this is my favorite Motorhead record, which some people kind of like, I get a little bit of heat for saying that, but I love this record. But
it's funny because whenever the anniversary of that comes up, I post it, and then you get guys, I can't remember his last name, but Craig, he plays an Agnostic Front. He played in Slapshot.
Right.
The guitar player, Craig, him and me, he goes, yeah, one of my favorites. I love it because it added even more melody to it. I'll show you. Hold on, let me see if I can grab it. Where is it? I just had it in my hand a few minutes ago. Let me look through these.
Yeah. I agree. Like, it's just so melodic, but it's still like tough sounding. It's amazing.
So good.
Yeah.
That was a great tour too.
Oh, I didn't see them. Did you see them on that tour?
Yeah, look. I got the Shine 7-inch.
I have that too, man. Yeah,
look, signed by every member.
Oh.
We stood outside. We saw them 3 times, and the last show, the third one, we stood outside the venue. It was kind of freezing. And Brian Robertson walks out first. Cool, nice. Signed everything, goes straight to the bus. Filthy came out next, made a couple of jokes and signed. Lemmy came out and hung out with us for like 2 hours. Making fun of us, but making everybody laugh. He was like, I think I had a Harley Davidson hat. He goes, oh, Harley Davidson, where's your bike? And I was like, oh. He's laughing. I go, it's in the shop. And he's making fun of us.
Oh, man.
But it was cool. He was, I think, cool as shit.
Yeah.
And it sucks because we played a bunch of festivals with him later, Motorhead. And I always wanted to go talk to him and say like, hey, I met you when I was, blah, blah, blah. But I know now everybody says you should have. He's so approachable. But I remember being at a festival and watching him just by himself walking across the field to go get ready to play. And I was like, I'm not going to stop him on the way to the stage.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
it was great.
Yeah. I mean, you'll never like see anybody like him again, man. He's just
I said it. And I remember going to see him at Irving Plaza in New York. And it was them, Dropkick Murphys and Hatebreed.
On the same bill?
Yeah, full tour they did together. It wasn't huge venues. It was like 1,500 to 2,000 capacities.
Right.
But this is before Dropkicks were still like a big cult band.
Right.
Hatebreed was just starting out. They just went from playing just hardcore to like shows like that.
Right.
And, great night. And then Motorhead comes on, the lights go out, and all you see is the Rickenbacker and his white boots and a cigarette, like the glow of his cigarette. And that's when he flicks the cigarette, and he said, we're Motorhead, we play fucking rock and fucking roll. And they go into back at the Funny Farm.
Oh, that was the first song?
Yeah, I loved it. And I turned to my friend and going wild, and I go, he's like the fucking Frank Sinatra of metal. He's so cool. You can't.
Yeah, I mean, unbelievable. The only Lemmy story I have, I was in a bar in Osaka called Rock, where everyone kind of goes after they played, and I was in the bar, just sat there talking to a friend, and like a couple of hours later, they're like, "Oh, did you talk with Lemmy earlier?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Well, he was in the back room." Like, but I'm kind of glad in a way that I didn't, just like keep the mystery there a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
I don't know. I understand that. So sometimes people are assholes.
I would have made an idiot of myself, probably.
He would have made fun of him, like I said, he joked around making fun of us, but he was nice to us and signed shit. And
a gentleman, right? He's a real gentleman.
Good guy, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've never had an experience. I'm trying to think of if a band member was ever a shithead to us, but it was usually their road crews. Like,
okay.
In Slayer, it was weird. There was one guy who, after that tour, he didn't work for him anymore, but he was a guitar tech, and he was a fucking dick to us the whole Slayer tour. And he kind of ruined it for us because we did a whole U.S. tour with Slayer and Meshuggah. We were the main support for Slayer.
Right.
And him and some of the management, they had like 6 managers on tour. Some of them loved us. Some of them hated because we would go wild and run all over the stage. They do things like they would put this bright red tape on you see these parts marked off with red tape? Don't go cross that line. So right away, my brother's like, I'm going right over there, right where that tape is. So, and it was funny because right after that tour, we got offered. Maiden was doing small venues in the Midwest with who's that guy, Blaze Bailey or
Blaze Bailey,
yeah. So they offered us the opening, and we were just like we did a European tour right into the Slayer tour, which was like over a month long, and then we had like a couple of weeks, and then we're going back to Europe, and they wanted us to do the Maiden, and I was like, it's fucking Maiden, blah blah blah. Then they were like, oh, who's Blaze Bailey? Who's this guy? And then we were like, I remember some of the guys going, I had it up to here with fucking Metal Road Crews now. And the funny thing is, like a year later, we played a festival with Maiden when Bruce came back or whatever, and their road crew was the coolest fucking people to us. They found out that Craig started playing bass because he loved Steve Harris, and Steve Harris's tech was like, "You want to hold his bass?" And he was like, "No," he was too scared to.
That's so cool. That's nice. So good to hear. I mean, on that documentary, it seems like a kind of nice big family, you know, they really look after their road crew and everything. Iron Maiden. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, man, I've kind of punished you enough with my records. You've got some 7-inches, right?
That's a bunch.
You want to show? Come on then.
What do you want?
Have a look. I'm kind of really excited.
All right, this is the first one I ever bought, Alice Cooper's School Out. But look,
you still got it?
Yeah, 25 cents.
25 cents.
I can't tell it. Here's one that I love. I'm gonna go through the first few of the metal ones that I have.
Right.
Because these are a lot of people are like they don't believe that metal bands used to put out 7-inches. I got Mr. Crowley.
Oh man, I love the photo on the cover of that, man.
Yeah. I love that.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And it was great that he took Motorhead out on in the U.S. Armand, our drummer, saw Motorhead's first show ever in New York City.
Where was that?
It was at the Ritz, and with
the Chromax?
No, that was years later.
Okay.
This was like before he even did this.
Okay.
What else have I got here? I'm throw my stuff around. What did I do with it? I mixed up my order.
Yeah. No problem.
Whatever. Let's see.
Any orders? Okay.
Oh, I got a couple. I had another Venom. I don't know where I put it, but I got the Die Hard 7-inch. I got I had another one. I forget which one. Yeah. I had a lot. I bought, and it's funny because I bought them for I bought the original 3 Hits from Hell for like $2. I paid for this back when it came out. And Evil Live, the 7-inch, the original, not the 12-inch that came out later. The good shit. This one I think is probably a bootleg, but
oh man,
I don't care.
Beautiful.
Now again, this is my English influence here from
come on,
punk and hardcore. Here,
great.
These are all I got my GBH ones.
Give Me Fire, right? Give Me Fire.
This is Give Me Fire is here. Yeah, that's Give Me Fire.
Yeah.
This one is a Catch-22.
Catch-22. Yeah.
No Survivors. And then these are I love these. The Discharge ones.
Oh, are they like the original Clay?
Yeah. This is one is like Clay number. This is Clay number 5.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah. These meant so much to us growing up.
Really, that's so nice to hear, man. Like classics. Yeah.
I still play them all the time. I even like
that. There's a 12-inch of that with like the extended version.
Yeah. This one, Discharge.
Oh, yeah.
What else have I got here? Oh, you gotta show you this. This is a great song. Fucking Rival Leaders, Exploited.
Lou, I'm not even kidding. Just last week we were talking about the Exploited, and we were all saying like how Rival Leaders is like their like best like ever song.
What an amazing song!
Right?
Like that. This is to me the best thing they did was the 7-inch Broken Bones, Decapitated.
Yeah.
This is my favorite DRI song ever. Violent Pacification. What a fucking song.
Yeah.
You got, there's another good one, Raw Power.
Man. Yeah. Did you ever play with them when you went to
album.
Italy? Did you ever meet those guys or play with them?
Yeah, we played with them a lot, and it was amazing because they were, big fans of ours. We like, you like us? And I would talk to them about, do you remember when you played CBGBs with Battalion of Saints? They're like, yeah, everybody laughed. It was great.
Italian hardcore, man. Oh, yeah. Barney and Jello. Oh, man.
Here's a good one. Let me get the garbage out of the way first. I got the original Beastie Boys and their Pollywog Stew and the punk band. And then I got this one, which I love this song. Beastie Boys, She's On It.
That's great, man. Yeah.
Def Jam.
Are you still in touch with those guys? Do you see them? Or
I used to run into them in the city, but they were so cool. It's funny because the last time I saw Adam Horowitz, I was like, hey, it's Lou from City. He goes, yeah, I know Lou. What's up, man? We toured together. So it was cool. I got my Run DMC 7-inches.
Oh man, again, like New York, man, so much good hip hop.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like we grew up listening to all this different shit.
Yeah.
This is this is a band from Texas called The Offenders. The singer passed away, but this song, I Hate Myself, and they have a song called and Napalm covered it.
They did, yeah. The bass player in that band was fucking incredible.
Yes, fast. That's what this one is. It's the Meatmen. It's very un-PC. It's the Meatmen, and the EP's called Crippled Children Suck. It's not very PC, but it is fucking good and funny.
Good record,
yeah, stuff like that. I don't know. What else I got laying around? Then I got like a lot of the New York, all that crap.
Nah, show it, man. If you have it there, let's have a look.
Let's see. What do I got? See, this I don't even care about. I hope to sell this someday. I don't know.
Crippled Youth.
Never into Crippled Youth.
It's not that good. Yeah.
No,
let's put that out there.
I love this one. I love Underdog.
That's
a good one.
Yeah.
That's a fucking killer record.
I
got super. Where is it? See, I should have did this before. This to me was the best thing that they've ever done. I mean, I like the album, but this 7-inch, I don't know, is it glaring? I can't tell.
No, I can say it, yeah.
The Can't Close My Eyes EP.
Right.
So powerful. Expectations, the first song. Actually, all of it, but, it's insane. Good.
Man, Luke, I saw them in England. It's like late 80s. They played in a church in Bristol. Bristol's a real like punk town, and everyone was like, and this straight edge band, they were fucking incredible. It's like so energetic.
You gotta give it to them. It was the power of their music that could put them over to anybody.
Yeah,
It's funny because like you read stuff about like how Maximum Rock and Roll hated Agnostic Front, and I remember, I forget what fanzine it was in, but it was from Portland, and this guy goes, he said, I wanted to see Agnostic Front because of all the stories that I read in Maximum Rock and Roll. He goes, but the music I heard through friends was really good. And he says, I understand why Maximum Rock and Roll is scared of them. They're fucking so powerful. They get people excited, and it's like a riot, but not really. He goes, I love them. The guy ended up saying that he loved them. I got some of them.
Wow.
Yeah,
I remember people being a bit confused because Roger was married to Amy from Nausea, right?
Yeah.
And people were kind of like a bit confused by that in England. They like couldn't like.
Yeah, but they all wrote she wrote lyrics with him.
Right. Yeah.
That's why they had songs like United and Strong. Here you go. Speaking of Lecky.
Oh, that's yeah. Man, I bought that when it came out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. I had some others, but I got all excited and I messed up my
man.
But yeah, I'm not broke yet, so I don't have to sell anything, which is good. But it's coming soon.
Oh no, it won't come to that. I'm sure.
I hope not. It's freaking. It's touring live is where we love it, and it's just like can't do it right now.
I'm thinking next year, man. That's what I'm thinking. Hopefully.
It all depends. I know bigger shows like Live Nation are already talking about you either have to have the vaccine to see shows, but they're going to take temperatures, and And they're going to put, it's just another, they're going to put more restrictions on shows.
Right.
It's going to drive the stuff we do and Napalm and everybody underground, and it's going to kind of suck. You know? I don't think there'll be, unless you conform to certain things, you won't be able to make a living. You know, I mean, festivals are one thing. I understand. It's like, you know, you're playing in front of 10,000 people. You don't want to not have a barricade where people get crushed. Even with barricades, people have gotten. We were at the, we played the Roskilde Festival where all those people got crushed during Hole, you know?
Right.
And it was funny because Hole was going on and we went into the crowd and it was like a huge crowd. And we were like, we're never getting near the stage. This is very, literally like this, like claustrophobic. We were like, let's get out of here. And we went back to, you know, our stage, and it was like us and Prodigy were hanging out. Hole was on, you know, and then we heard that people got hurt. It's crazy.
Yeah. Lou, I could like punish you for another couple of hours, but
maybe one.
Well, let's do it. Maybe let's do a part 2. Like, I'm gonna get Barney on again, so maybe we could do it like a three of us together. That'll be fun.
That'd be good. Maybe I could get to I think my older brother took all my vinyl from my parents' house. When my parents moved away,
okay,
he scooped it up because I lived in an apartment at the time. I didn't have anywhere to put it. But
but just seeing those singles is so cool, man.
I had a lot of I got to find my other Venom singles. I love them, man.
Best
Angel Dust was a great one.
Angel Dust, man, and Bloodlust was the first
Bloodlust. I think it had Bloodlust. Good shit.
Thanks, Lou. It's so good to talk to you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on. I had a lot of fun. Hope you did too.
Yeah, I did, man. I did.
All right. I'm going to sign off now. Everybody, thanks for watching. Until next time, stay healthy and stay clean.